Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. So today we are going to be flying the Airbus A320. We are currently at Birmingham and we are going to be flying about 2.5 hours to Belgrade, which is in Serbia. There's currently only control online, I think it's London control, so we will be talking to them to get our clearance. I've only turned on the external power here. So the next thing we need to do is set our QNH, which is currently 1034. We can always change it if the controller tells us otherwise. So then, we need to do the autopilot. Now, because I'm connected to SimBrief, I can just init request that. This is the Phoenix Airbus. That's now pulled all of my data through, so I just need to do our call sign, which is easy 1999. I did try and get an EasyJet livery, but didn't work. It looks like it only works for the base game any builds plane. So cost index today is 50. So our cruising altitude today is 35,000 feet. So that's all now sorted. So we'll now go to the flight plan, and that should have pulled our flight plan together as well, apart from our departure and our arrival. I'll quickly just go down this so you can see our route. And then in a minute I will do the arrival and the departure, and you'll be able to see that as well. Our departure is runway 33 via the Andaman 1 mic departure. Insert that. Our arrival is runway 30 right, and our arrival procedure is the Tizza to Foxtrot arrival. We do have a transition, but it doesn't matter if that doesn't go through with that. So we'll insert that, and that's our flight plan now done. There might be a discontinuity down here. Which there is, so we'll just clear that, insert that, and off we go. Now with Perth there is actually a app on the tablet in the plane, so I will go to that now. Okay, so before I forget, I'll actually do the fuel, which is, well, it should be 9,942 like I've got here. I'm just going to put a little bit in just in case. There we go. So I'll apply the aircraft. We'll do it with instant, it's not a big deal. We'll send to the MDCU. So that should now be in there. So here we are at the calculator. We'll load and we'll sync to that calculator. Put it in to the MCDU, and here we are. Now, I'm pretty sure the only thing that has not done is the transition altitude, which is 65,000 feet. Now we are basically ready to ask for our clearance. So while that's doing that, turn that on, and I shall get our clearance. London control grid today, easy 199 is the costing clearance to Belgrade. We have information to Charlie, and we have stand 7 Alpha at Birmingham. Brilliant, so we now have clearance. Our APU has also started, so we'll go external power off, engine bleed on, beacons on, And that's all we need to do for now. Okay, so I'll get the pushback tug connected, and also unfortunately London Control has just gone offline, so brilliant. So we're now ready for pushback, which means we're going with a flaps 1 takeoff. Arm spoilers, and I shall push back. Okay, so we're just waiting for the plane there to come by. While that's waiting, what are they? They are a Ryanair, and where are they going? They're going to Ibiza. Wow, lovely. Unfortunately, we're not going to sunny Ibiza today. So I'll just wait for that plane to come past us. So while we're waiting for that plane, I can actually set my squawk quickly. There we go, squawk is on. Set that on. Turn on our lights for taxi. Turn on our seatbelt lights. And we'll also turn on the electronical pump. And our rudders should now be working. Yep, rudders are now working. Yoke. Check. And left and right. Check. So, still waiting for that plane to cross behind. Actually, he's gone. So I'll just let Unicom know that we are going to push back. Birmingham traffic, Easy 199er is pushing on to Victor from stand 56 centre. Birmingham traffic. Okay, we can push back. Engine 1's start. Okay, so engine 1 has now started. So, engine 2 on. Say goodbye to our stand as we have finished pushback. Just wait for their confirmation. There we go. Okay, brilliant. So the pushback tug is now disconnecting. Pretty sure my parking brake is on, but I can check in a minute. And we will watch it go away. There it is. Off it goes. Back to our stand. And so, we shall let Unicom know that we are taxiing. Birmingham traffic, Easy 199er is taxiing to runway 33 via Victor, Delta and Echo, holding Echo 1. Okay, that is the thing I hate doing the most. Figuring out your own taxi route. Never mind though, we ended up doing it. So, speed up. Turn off our brake. And we are now taxiing. So it is a northwest departure today off runway 33. So we're going to go this way and then on to Echo, which is to the left. Okay, so while we're taxiing down Echo, I'll do some stuff in the cockpit. So first thing was turn off the APU. Next thing we need to do is turn on wing lights, strobes and the landing lights. When we get to near the runway we can put them on takeoff. I will meet you at Echo 1. Okay, so here we are at Echo. So we'll just let Unicom know that we are lining up runway 33. Easy 199 Birmingham traffic is lining up runway 33 via Echo. Birmingham traffic. Here we are lined up, park and brake on. Just for a minute while I sort out some stuff here. Okay, so we'll set that to 6,000 feet. Okay, we can't do that there. Forgot about that. So we'll just take off then. Birmingham traffic, easy 1990 is taking off runway 33, Birmingham traffic. And off we go. Listen to those engines roar. Flipping heck. We'll go with Toga for takeoff. V1, rotate. Gear up, positive rate of climb. Autopilot on. And we will set our speed to be 200 knots. Set levers to climb. And turn off the flaps and the ground spoilers. And we should now be descending up to flight level 6, 5, which is trans altitude, and then we can climb further after that. So we're going to go all the way up to 340 knots, which is the fastest this plane can go. As soon as we're at 6,000 feet, we can turn off all of the landing lights and runway turn off lights. Nobody saw that I left the engine starter on. And we are now climbing. Ready for the long flight ahead. Well, not really long in real life. This is just one out of the probably 6 flights they'll do in real life. But never mind. I will meet you when we are at 6,500 feet. Okay, so we're now at 6,500 feet, so we'll turn off the landing lights and the takeoff lights and the runway turn off lights. All these lights stay on during the flight. We can also turn off the seatbelt signs now, and we will climb to our cruising altitude of 35,000 feet. Also, we can put the QNH to standard and then start climbing. We can go a bit faster here, but otherwise, for now, I don't think there's anything else I can do. So, sit back and relax, watching the flight. Okay, so it is now time for descent. So we are going to descend to 10,000 feet, which is the transition altitude, which is when we'll have to turn on the landing lights and all that. I've had an amazing time flying across Europe today. Unfortunately, ACC has just gone offline. There was control and approach on at one point, but they've both gone offline. I was also just quickly editing part of this video and I did realise that I accidentally muted the Vatsim audio instead of the Vatsim audio, so I'm sorry about that. But I have also turned up the Vatsim audio because you couldn't really hear that, and I've also turned down the Vatsim audio because that was way too loud. So hopefully it is now much better now. So I'll get on with descending and I will see you in about 10 minutes. Okay, we're now at 10,000 feet. I did have to put the speed brakes on because I was gonna start descending and probably not make it. But we now need to tune our QNH to 127 so we can descend further, which will be to 7,000 feet. We will now put our landing lights on as well. They can stay off for a bit, probably until we're on final approach. We won't need them. It is now very dark in Serbia, and so it's going to be quite a dark landing. I did not expect that when I departed, but you know, flight sim always changes and you have to then change your plans. But anyway, I'll continue descending and I'll see you when we are probably going to have to descend a bit further. Okay, so we are about to turn on to final. As you can see, here is final, and we just got to go around a bit. So I'm going to descend to 4,000 feet. And also slow down just a little bit, because we'll have to go to flap 1 in a minute, and you can't go to flap 1 unless you're below 220 knots.
Flight slow.
40, 30, 20, retard.
Now after that quite nice landing, I taxied to my stand, parked up, and then shut down the engines for the day. And with that, we have now arrived. I'm hoping to do some streams starting next week, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe.